Morning everyone, fantastic to see you all again. So I'm here with Michael, Darren and Mass, and we're going to have a 400 millimeter challenge, and we're here in Ireland again. I don't know whose idea it was to do 400 millimeters. But we got 1 hour and see what shots we can get. It's going to be interesting. Make sure you check out their channels as well. They're going to do their own video, and should be fun. Run! That's really interesting.
That's really interesting out there. The
No,
I pointed at it a little bit before you, but I also noticed that out there was really interesting.
yeah, but you'll take a much better photo than I will. Right, 55 minutes to go. How many photos have you taken?
0.
Great, me too.
Yeah.
Right, well, this is so hard, but I'm going to get something. I know everyone's going to take the shot over here, but there's a really nice cliff over here where it's almost like got a waterfall of water. I think it's been created by the wind. It looks so spectacular, but I'm going to have to up the contrast quite a lot because there's a lot of haze. In fact, I might try a polarizer.
In this image, I saw the water crashing up this cliff in the far distance, and I was rushing. I just wanted to take a photo, but there's nothing great about the composition of this image. Just slow down, Nigel, have an apple, you've got an hour.
Okay, so hopefully you can hear me because I can literally lean against the wind. But I think I want to go over there, but everybody's over there, I think, so we might do it in the same shot. But if I go over there, it's so contrasted, the light, so I feel like this is going to be better on this side.
Now, the rest of them have gone up behind me, up here to the top of Clogher Head, but I'm potentially going to utilise the advantage that I have with knowing this area, because when you go to the top up there with a long lens, it's going to be quite difficult because there's not much for you to see.
Okay, I think I've got something. I've been struggling, but there's some waves that are really nice over there, crashing against the rocks. So, and then there's a really nice sort of fence post above those rocks and those rocks. I'll sort of show you what I mean. So there's here, which is pretty good. If I zoom into 400, I mean, ideally I wouldn't go to 400, but you've got to be creative. So you can see that wave there is fantastic. So I'll take that, and then there's another one here, which is nice with the fence post at the top. I'll probably do that vertically. So both those look pretty good, really. Easy.
I love watching the waves crash against this cliff, and I felt because of the light being so harsh it would look good in black and white. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, black and white or colour.
Okay, so the spray is coming off the wave, and there was a massive amount of it then, and I think I just got it, so that was really interesting. I think that was going to be pretty good, and these waves just splashing against these rocks are fantastic. I think Michael's over there somewhere, and Mass is behind me. All right, I came all the way back. Oh, you usually don't see this in my videos. How much I run, oh my God, that was big. That's what she said. Shh. And Darren, I don't know where he is, not seen Darren. But he's a local, so he's got an unfair advantage, I think. Right, let's get these waves and then move on. Right, I found Mr. Shainblum.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's okay.
Not so well.
No.
It's difficult, isn't it?
I think the most challenging part for me besides the fact that the conditions right now are really tough, just with the wind and with the very, very, very flat lighting.
It's flat, yeah.
I think the biggest challenge for me is more of a mental thing than a physical thing. Like the fact that we've given this a time limit it makes me feel like I'm under pressure.
Yeah.
And then that becomes for me a distraction because like photography for me is so it's so introspective. Like I just want to sit there with my thoughts and enjoy the scene for as long as it need be, whether it's 5 minutes or 5 hours. And so now that we have this time limit, I'm like, oh, I don't have a shot. No. I don't know what I'm shooting.
Yeah, I'm the same, and it's I always say have an apple, and it's really, really hard, isn't it, giving yourself a time limit? We probably shouldn't have done that, but we have done. So, I was going to shoot over the other side, but it's so windy over there.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go in that direction. I'm going to go back down there, I think, see what I can find.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, the waves are really beautiful right now, so I think that's been a main focus. The main focus has just been like the different wave patterns, and I guess in a sense like this, when the conditions are so tough, sometimes it's those little fleeting moments that end up being the most interesting. So.
Yeah, that's right. Like the wind on the waves, and doesn't happen very often, does it? But there's interesting things.
Absolutely.
Right, I'm going to keep going in that direction and get stressed out as well. Right, I've noticed over there that there's some rocks and they get covered in water. And when they get covered in water, it almost looks like they're coming out of nowhere. I shot a similar shot when I was in Madeira. So I've put a 6-stop ND on a polarizer. I'm shooting at about half a second. I just need a big wave, and there's one coming now. So, and I'm just going to the hardest thing is getting it sharp. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looked really good. There's another big wave, another big wave. Oh, look at that. Yes, that looked really good. That was so good.
This just goes to show that photography really can't be rushed. I made a big mistake here, and my tripod moved in the wind and nothing's sharp. But the idea was there. I wanted to try and create these sort of mountains coming out of this amazing sea wash.
So I've just stayed here for probably 10-15 minutes rather than running around, and I've noticed so many little things. There's a rainbow down here when there's some big spray. There's the rocks with a longer exposure. There's a shot in that direction which looks good when you polarize it. There's some really nice textures down there that I could shoot. So there's loads of things that you start to notice. Like Michael said though, you need more time. You just need more time. But it's a 1 hour challenge. You haven't got more time. Well, it was a pretty good idea just to stay here because I've just been looking and there's a wave come up and create this amazing rainbow, and props to Rick who's with me because I get it a little bit easier than the others because I've got Rick to help me and he got it on video as well. I got a shot of the rainbow. I don't think it's the best ever shot in the world, but it's something a bit different. It was great to see and proves that just staying in one location you can get pretty good stuff.
The last half hour of the challenge I just sat watching the waves, and that paid dividends. I think these are my favourite shots. This rainbow was amazing, and just getting the close-up of this wave as it broke. As always, a simpler image always looks better.
So that's been a really fun challenge. It's time to head back now. But the great thing about having a 400mm lens is that you can just pick out so many different compositions, and you start to see more and more and more as you're going. I'm so keen to see what Mas and Darren have got, and Michael as well, but I spoke to Michael briefly. He was struggling a little bit because obviously having that time is so important. And there goes my alarm. It is time up. 1 hour is gone. Okay, so that was interesting. It was harsh light, but once I'd sort of found something and stayed in one spot, I felt like I got something good rather than trying to shoot lots of different things. So the rainbow shot's going to be good, I think, and then the waves, long exposure shot of the waves is going to be good. What about you guys?
I'm fairly confident for
You're
once.
always fairly confident.
No, I'm more confident now than I was last year in the Lake District. I
Yeah.
actually think I found something. So,
Good.
Yeah.
Were you at the end of the peninsula?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't go down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's but I could get like the scale stuff and yeah. Very much.
Are you in it?
Yes.
Of course you are.
Of course I am.
So that's going to be interesting. If you want to see all the photos, go to Mass's vlog. And Darren, how do you do?
Well, I kind of had home advantage. So when I saw all of you running that way, I figured, okay, let them run because they don't need to run because all the interest is on this side. So I went straight over here. I got rainbows.
Yeah.
I got some beautiful crashing waves. I got a nice silhouette of people as well. And I also got some nice under the sun shots of the waves breaking this direction too. So.
But you cheated because you've got local knowledge.
Yes.
Well,
But you had local knowledge also in the Lake District.
Yeah. And I was probably the worst last year.
Yeah.
But Michael is missing, as you see. Now we don't know where he is, but he's disqualified. But anyway, we'll link his vlog somewhere here, and if we find him, we will have a chat with him.